All right guys, topic of the day is automated dust collection systems in the wood shop. We're actually going to do a 2-gate expansion pack on an existing iVac dust collection system. Stick around for all the details. So I've actually been running this iVac Pro system in my shop for the last 6 years. I had to look back to my first post on this product when I got it because I was so excited about it. But it has been 6 years on the clock now that I've been enjoying the convenience of this automated dust collection system in the wood shop. I'll try to take you through the process of why I was so frustrated with manual blast gates. Even as you move up to a large dust collection system or a cyclone, you might have a remote control, but you've got to run across the shop, open the correct blast gate, turn on the dust collector, and then do your little scuttle around the shop to make sure you don't have any accidental open gates that would decrease the suction at the tool where you're actually working. And so that little process is probably a very common one to you if you've advanced to a built-in dust collection system with hard piping. And to avoid that, you really want an automated dust collection system. You may start out with a small dust collector, and you can just simply move that around from tool to tool. But of course, if you're doing much woodworking, that's not very efficient. Sooner or later, you'll want to upgrade to a large dust collector, preferably one that's hard piped. Now, the names of the individual components in this iVac Pro system are a little bit of a mouthful. So in the interest of brevity, I'll just shorten things to the blast gate, the sensor, and the part that mounts by your dust collector is the switch. Choose the model of iVac switch based on the voltage of your particular dust collector. Now the switch plugs into the wall, and then the dust collector in turn plugs into the switch component. And then you'll need a blast gate for each tool you want to use in the system, but you'll also need a sensor. And the sensor just attaches to the power cord of each tool to activate the dust collector. Open this little dust cover, and with a small tool, set the internal dip switches there to assign this a certain tool number. Now this is the 4th tool in the iVac system for me, and so we'll assign this as tool 4. There's a couple good ways to attach your gates, but my favorite is to use these Fernco fittings. It's a flexible rubber fitting with a metal banding on the outside and a pair of band clamps. They're also very short length fittings, so you can use that to attach your gate quickly and easily to any hard plastic fitting. Of course, you can easily attach the gate to any 4-inch flex hose. That's no problem, but you can also make attachments to metal piping with pop rivets. In that case, use thin 1/8 inch diameter aluminum pop rivets. Make sure to get the aluminum ones, not steel, to avoid damaging the blast gates. On the back of the sensor, you'll lay your tool wire. In this case, it's just a shop light for test purposes. But there's a couple of different ways to orient this plate on the back of your sensor. This way for larger wires, or this way for small wires. Okay, after the simple programming of the blast gate and the sensor, you just need to supply those two items with regular 120 volt line voltage, and we'll turn on this light, which is analogous to the power tool. The dust collector will come on, and the blast gate will open for us automatically. I've got this set in demo mode for a very short delay, so we'll go ahead and turn off the light again, and the reverse will happen automatically. And the dust collector will fall off. And then we'll just take the blast gate out of demo mode by turning the number 3 dip switch to the off position. And then just the exact same procedure to program the 5th gate. A couple of interesting things to note about this system. The sensors will work on tools that are 120 or 240 volt. So your standard shop tools or your large stationary power tools, you don't need to get a different sensor. The switch that you buy will vary, the one that you mount by your dust collector. But as far as the tool sensors, those will handle a range of voltages. The blast gates also have an interesting feature to prevent a situation where the dust collector is on with all the gates closed. You'll assign one of the blast gates as tool 1. Typically it's a table saw or a tool that you use frequently in the shop. that gate will remain open even when the dust collector is turned off. If you do activate tool 2, why then the first blast gate will close, the second will open. The system is very smart that way. Tool 4 will be the joiner, so we'll use that Fernco fitting attached directly to the plastic fitting on the tool. And then we'll add the blast gate. And then just replace the flex hose and make sure to reattach any grounding wire. It's also recommended that you ground each blast gate at this terminal here with the included electrical connector. You'll just need to supply a length of wire and perhaps a ring terminal. This step is particularly important if you're running plastic or PVC ductwork. And the sensor, this time we'll install the bracket on the back this way because of the larger gauge wire. Just make sure the sensor and the blast gate are both on auto mode before you work on your wire management. And then we'll do a similar install on the bandsaw. So after 6 years of using this system, what's my favorite part? You actually use your dust collector and you don't forget to close those random gates across the shop. That improves the dust collection efficiency across the shop and just makes woodworking more enjoyable. My system will maintain one manual blast gate. It's a 5-inch gate that I most typically use with my 20-inch planer, but I do occasionally switch this port from tool to tool, so I didn't necessarily want to have it tethered to just one tool sensor. The other benefit here, there's only one place for that remote to hang, so I never misplace it in the shop. What's intimidating is thinking you might have to buy all of these components at the same time, and that's really not true. Start with the switch component and a basic remote control. From there, you'll be able to remotely operate your dust collector using the manual blast gates that you may already have. From there, just upgrade tool by tool with a blast gate and a tool sensor, and bring those tools up to fully automated. Start with the tools that you use most, like a planer, table saw, or joiner, and from there, just upgrade each tool as it makes sense in your workflow. All right guys, there's the details you might need on doing a 2-gate expansion pack for your iVac Pro system. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.